Like a moth to a flame burned by the fire. My love is blind, can't you see my desire? That's the way love goes.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. This is your boy, J-Matt, and welcome to 2020. You're listening to Coffee and Conversation. I hope you all had a great New Year's Eve. Let me say again, Happy New Year to you all, to each and every one of you all. I thank God for being able to make it to this side of the decade, a new decade, 2020. What does that mean for you? What does that mean for your tomorrow, your future? How are you handling 2020? How are you viewing 2020? How are you looking? How is your outlook? There it is. How is your outlook coming into view? When I think of 2020, I think of taking an eye test. I don't know if I shared this story on this particular show before, but I was at the eye doctor a few months ago, and when I went to the doctor, I said, I may need glasses, when I'm trying to, handle different things that I'm not able to see them. So the lady put me in the chair, and across the room was the chart. Everybody knows what the chart is. She tells me, she said, read the smallest line you can see. My eyes focus basically on the very bottom line, which is one of the smallest lines. And I read all the letters. And she kind of stunned and looked at me. She said, how old are you? I said, 47. So she told me, she grabbed the thing and covered up one eye. I had to cover up one eye, read. Did that, covered up the other eye, read, did that. She looked, she said, you actually have perfect vision. You actually have perfect vision. I said, well, I can't read, when I'm reading books or whatever, things just get out of whack. She says, oh, you may just need reading glasses. So she put the machine, the little thingy in front of me. I don't know what the machines are called. And she says, now, how does this look? And she adjusted some things. I said, oh, that's real. Everything just came into view. She said, this one or that one. And I had to keep choosing which one was which. When she finished, she said, you just need reading glasses. It's not that things far away from you is out of focus. It's the things right in front of you that you need help with. It's the things that's up close that you need help with. For me, that was a sermon all in itself. We can see things far off. We can see God has given us visions and dreams and great ideas that we can work on down the line. We can see who we are down the line. We can see that stuff down there. The problem comes when we don't know how to deal with the things that is in front of us. See, some of y'all should have shouted right there, because for me, that was real good. For 2020, now that we've crossed over in 2020, we have good focus of stuff that's far off that we have to work towards. Oh, I want it to look like this. I wanted to do this. I want my book to be this title, and the book is going to be about that. And this is a song that I want to write, and this is how it's going to sound, and these are some of the words, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Stuff down the line we can see. But it's getting from where we are right now to where we want to be. We have to straighten up our nowness in order to go get that dream. We have to take care of what's in front of us now in order to get to where we want to be. We have to straighten up. We want to be in a love relationship. Oh, you see yourself being married. Take care of the person that's in the mirror before you meet the person in the dream. I'll say that again. Take care of that person that you see in the mirror before you see the person that you see yourself marry. Because as long as you As long as you don't take care of focus in on what's in the mirror, on the things that's closest to you, as long as you don't take care of the things that's closest to you, you can forget about the dream. You can forget about reaching the thing that you see in the future. We get so happy and we jump and we do all of these things. Oh, God is going to give me this. God is going to do this for me. God got me doing this. I'm going to have this. I'm going to be this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. But you refuse to take care of the stuff that's in front of you. We have a problem with our nearsight. Our long vision is good, but our short vision is all jacked up. Because we don't want to clean up our own house. We don't want to do what we want to do. We don't want to do what we need to do. We rather do what we want to do and not what we need to do. You see yourself writing a book. Oh yeah, this book is going to be great. It's going to talk about this and I'm going to share my life experience with this. But you haven't sat down and even wrote down the title of the book. The Bible instructs us to write the vision and make it plain. Sometimes you just need to get a blank piece of paper. And at the top of the piece of paper, write the title of the book by whoever. At least you have started. No, we don't do paper anymore. Get on the computer. Name a document, the title of your book. First page, title page. Write the title of the book. Put your name there. And that's at least a start. What are you seeing yourself doing? Where are you seeing yourself going? How are you perceiving yourself to be in the future? Can be disrupted by how you see yourself right now. How you see yourself in the future can be disrupted by how you see yourself right now. What are you doing for yourself right now? How are you handling yourself right now? What are steps we should take in order to adjust for the future? Do you know those things? Have you take inventory of the things? See, we want to sit and we want to pretend that we're all good. We're all gravy. We have everything to get together. Oh, I'm ready. I've been through this. I'm ready. No, you're not ready. The reason God is in a season where he's not. God is in a season. God is in a place where he's not just giving you stuff anymore. Back that naming and claiming stuff. It ain't going down like that. He's not just saying, here you go. Because he realized that you'll just mess it up anyway. But when he sees that you are ready for the blessing, he will give you will move towards, you will get closer to the blessing. Matter of fact, he will push the blessing closer to you. He will push that blessing closer to you. But you have to make a decision that I'm going to move this. The other day, my son was over, and he had some Lego blocks things. And I walked past that about 3 or 4 times and stepped on it every single time. Because I did not move what was in front of me. I had to get to a place where I had to move those blocks out of the way. And first, you have to treat people that God placed in your life right before he gives you new people. Even the family member you don't get along with is part of the plan. If you can't love them unconditionally, how will you love your mate unconditionally? You're right. So the first thing we have to do is love ourselves. When you love yourself, you learn how to adjust, because some people you're supposed to love from a distance. We call ourselves, because they're in front of us, that we're loving them. But it becomes a what do you call it? A ritual. Oh, I'm doing this. I'm acting this way only because God told me. No, some people you don't have to be around to love. Some people you love from a distance. So you're right. You have to love the people that God. You have to love everybody. And you have to treat everybody right. I completely agree with that. You're listening to Coffee and Conversation with your boy J-Man on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on. Even Alexa can make it do what it do.
Baby, let me explain to you what I'm saying.
What you saying?
It's not even like that.
It wasn't like that, but I saw you.
Baby, I don't love her.
You don't love me? You know what? I don't even want to talk to you.
She don't mean nothing to me.
I don't want to see your face.
She was just telling me.
I just want to see you walking through that
baby,
door. There ain't nothing else to say.
Why we gotta do it like this? Baby, damn.
Come home late, it seems you barely beat the sun. Tapping my shoulder, thinking you gon' get you some. Smelling like some fragrance that I don't even wear. So if you want some loving, I suggest you go back there where you came from. Day to day with you is always something else. Working my nerve, God knows that I don't deserve what you put me through. Cause I've been so true to you. For you to come at me with another lame excuse. See, I heard it all before. All of your lies, all of your sweet talk. Baby this, baby that. But your lies ain't working now. Now, look who's hurting now. Look who's hurting now. I had to shut you down. I had to shut you down. Play the fool before. Play the fool before. I was your fool. I believed in you. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. But your lies ain't working. Lies ain't working now. Look who's hurting now. Look who's hurting now. I had to shut you down. I had to shut you down. What were you thinking? Bringing her into our home. In our bed. You must have fell and bumped your head. Messing up my sheets. And violating me. Got me about to call my peace and take it to the street. Nothing you can do, and there's nothing you can say that could persuade me to stay with you another day. You have crossed the line to the point of no return. What you do from here on out, I am no longer concerned. See, I heard it all before. Let me explain, baby. It's not what you think. That's what you said to me. But your lies ain't working now. Now, look who's hurting now. Now, I had to shut
You're listening to Coffee and Conversation with your boy J Mad on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on. Even Alexa, that's right, Alexa, she can make it do what it do. There's a Bible. I teach and preach this all the time. It says a scripture in the Bible that says this: love yourself. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. I believe that that's the one scripture that everybody is getting right. Look in the mirror and see how you're loving yourself. Because that's the same way you're loving others. You're gonna see that in everybody. You're gonna treat everybody that exact same way. It's important that we understand how we are loving each other. Like Jackie suggested, it depends. Not depends. It correlates with the people that God has placed in your life and how you're treating them. When we sit and think about the people that's in our lives. I was sharing with someone the other day that we have to understand why that person is in our lives. And understand the purpose of that person in our lives. You're right, Jackie, people are designed, that God has designed to place them in our lives. And you're right, sometimes we do mistreat them. But that does not mean that we mistreat them in a negative way. We mistreat them by how we interact with them in the purpose of our lives. What is the purpose of our lives, of them being in our lives? If their purpose is to be this in our lives, we can't treat them like that. If they're supposed to do this, we're not. If their purpose is to be this in our lives, we can't expect them to be that in our lives. What is the purpose? How are we treating people? I'm not allowing any bad feelings I've had towards someone to block my blessing. Christmas Day, I went to my grandma's house, and all my uncles who were inappropriate with me when I was younger was there. I used to couldn't stand being in the room with them, but I was able to hug them and speak to them. If I want new, I have to make right with everyone of my past. Then you can truly love yourself and everyone. That is so good. That is so good. "2020. You focused on stuff in a distance, and that's what we're talking about. We focused on things way off in the distance. We got 20/20 eyesight, just like I sat in the chair, had 20/20 eyesight, but I had issue with reading stuff up close. What are we, just like I was talking about them blocks on the floor, kept hurting my feet on those blocks because I refused to just bend down and move them out the way. What are things that, what are our, yes, I call it that. What are our stumbling blocks that's in front of us? Because if you see a stumbling block way down the line, you can avoid that. If you see a pothole down the line, you can adjust yourself to that down the line. But what if it's something right in front of you? What about that stumbling block that's right in front of you? Right in front of you. Do you know how to Can we stop for a minute saying what we're gonna do down there? I'm gonna write I'm gonna write a book. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Stuff that you see down the line. And start saying, instead of saying, I'm gonna do this, and start saying, I'm doing this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to write my book. I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. That means that GOING, going to do, that phrase there means that's something that is not immediate right now. That's something you see yourself doing down the line. I'm going to do. But now the question is, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you picking up the stumbling blocks so that you can literally reach? Are you handling the things that you can literally reach right now? What are you doing right now? Stop and just think. What am I doing now to help me reach my goal? The year 2020 is upon us, and I call it a year of focused vision. The year of focused vision, keen eyesight. Keen eyesight. But in order to maintain that keen eyesight, make sure we're taking care of the things that's in front of us, right in front of us. No matter where we are, no matter what we're doing, make sure we're taking care of the things right in front of us. Stop trying to correct others. There's a saying that says, if you want to make this world a better place, make yourself better, and then the world automatically changes. The world automatically becomes better. You change your life, your world, who you are. When you change you, the world automatically changes. I'll say that again. When you change you for the better, the world automatically changes. Y'all, one of the things that we're going to do on the show, I actually started a little bit late today. Was having some issues. I don't know. Spreaker has been doing something crazy, so I have to find out what's going on with Spreaker. But we're also gonna, I may not shorten Coffee and Conversation, but Life After the Collar is going to be shortened for an hour, shortened down to an hour. We may do more music in some way or form, but the show will actually move down to an hour because we're going to start doing television stuff too. So we'll make that, or not television. Well, I'll speak that. We'll do television. But I'm thinking, when I say television, I'm thinking the new YouTube channel that we're creating that's in the process of getting done. So hopefully that it's going to streamline. It's going to make it more information packed without dragging it out as much as we've been doing it. So we'll make sure it'll help us stay more focused on topic. All right. So I appreciate you all hanging out with me. Love you all. Thank you. Let me read these last two. Treat people kind and with respect, no matter what their purpose in your life. Yeah, and what I was saying was, it's not that you treat them bad, you're treating them bad. What I was saying was, treating them right is by treating them in the position that don't place them in positions that they're not supposed to be in. Because when you place them in a position that they're not supposed to be in, you automatically mistreating them or mishandling them, because they're in a place that they shouldn't be. And so where they should be, you're not giving, or you're not treating them in the proper way. That's what I was saying. God is watching our intentions with everyone, including the stranger on the street. This life isn't about just the person in the mirror. No, it's not. But in order to affect anybody around us, the person in the mirror has to be on point. The problem is, we're trying to treat, you said treat everybody right, and we're mistreating ourselves. We're mishandling ourselves. So that's what I'm saying. It starts with the person in the mirror. You could treat everybody right around you, and then the person in the mirror is not being taken care of by ourselves. And so that's what I'm saying. Some people are just rude. That's who I'm talking about. Rude people. Yeah, some people are just rude. They're just specifically rude, right? But our concerns is not to the people that are rude. Our concern is just to be you. You're not supposed to concern yourself about people in that's being rude. Your job is to just be you. All right. Thank y'all so much for listening to not Life After the Collar, Coffee and Conversation with J-Man. Y'all know how I love this song here. I'm going to change it. This year it's going to change to a different song that I absolutely fell in love with as well. But I'm going to play this one more time, and then next week we're going to start on a new closing song. Holla at your boy. It's all good. It's all gravy.
Pour out my heart to you.